What's going on, everybody? And I hope you're enjoying your Tuesday afternoon so far. This is NYG Jeffy T85 here, and I'm reporting, there's some news that just broke this afternoon around a former WWE Vice President of Communications. I have to say former now. He was part of the company for the past 25 plus years, but now he is officially gone from the company. No really reason why this is given on why he's departed the company, but right now, according to Fightful Select and WrestlingNews.com, Adam Hopkins has officially left the WWE. And this man has been a very, very major piece of this company for years. In fact, Fightful Select goes as far to say that he was a guy that helped upset talent interviews and was seen as somebody who was very valuable to the company, which makes his departure even more shocking. Hopkins was also a man who pretty much put together the media clarifications. So pretty much when he was putting together talent that needed to speak to the media and talked about interviews and stuff, he was setting up interviews with talent to the media when they need to speak, either for a pay-per-view event, for a live show, whatever it is. Adam Hopkins was the man that pretty much set it all up. He was pretty much somebody that had many roles in this company. In fact, some of the other positions that Adam Hopkins had in the WWE for the past 25 plus years, he was also a fan service coordinator, pretty much a guy that would go over there and he would help set up all the events for fan events that were happening, etc., etc. He was a public relations coordinator, which coincides, with talent interviews, media, questioning, rumors that need to be debunked, rumors that were out there, that he would be one of the first people that would talk about it and pretty much squash any of those rumors or maybe continue or to talk about any of that stuff. He was a manager of media relations. This guy was pretty much in charge with a lot of the media realm of things. He was also a senior manager of public relations and a corporate communicator. He was a director of communications, a senior director of public relations, corporate communications. That was his recent title that he took. There's no details right now given on why Hopkins decided to leave the WWE. But we all have an idea why this might be the case. In fact, WWE superstar Big E, part of the New Day, unfortunately still on the sidelines, recovering from a broken neck that he suffered last year. He actually broke the news, talking about Adam Hopkins, saying that he is a true professional. This is his quote: "A true professional and a great human being. Really going to miss A-Hop," talking about Adam Hopkins. And it's very ironic that this happens with a man that's been a part of this company for 25 plus years. He's pretty much been there since the 1990s in his role. And then just abruptly, right when Vince McMahon gets back into control of WWE, he steps away. Is there a coincidence going on with this? I think not. I think there's something more to this story right now. You have to think about this. It even says it right here in the article. Hopkins' departure comes in the midst of an ever-changing month for WWE as Vince McMahon has returned to the WWE Board of Directors. He's the chairman again after he was voted in as part of by the Board of Directors on January 6th, and WWE Chairwoman and co-CEO Stephanie McMahon, Vince McMahon's daughter, resigned from her corporate positions only 4 days later, since her father was brought back to the WWE and the Board of Directors. This is not good. More to the story. For the members of the media, Hopkins was regularly served as a liaison between reporters and talent, as he was the integral one setting up interviews in both in-person and virtual capacity. He was the one setting up these interviews for these WWE talents, wrestlers, whoever it was. They had these in-person interviews, that had these virtual interviews, all this stuff. It was Adam Hopkins. And it's right now unclear who's going to replace him going forward. That's according to Sean Ross Sapp of Fightful Select. Vince McMahon was talking about saying he wasn't going to meddle with anything. Let's see. This guy's gone now, who's been with the company for 25 plus years with multiple different roles, including being the guy to set up interviews and be in charge of media scrums, being in charge of media relations, talent interview setups virtually or in person, communication, all this kind of roles that this man had, and he just abruptly goes away just like that. You have got to be thinking at this point that he left this company because of what is going on right now with Vince McMahon and the type of nonsense that he's throwing out there. There is no way you could convince anybody that Vince McMahon is not in some correlation related to Adam Hopkins leaving the company. I mean, this is insane. I'm just waiting to see what domino is going to fall next. WWE's going out there and continues to keep signing talent. They just signed Dragon Lee. They signed Colby Corino from NWA. Dragon Lee, who appeared on AEW for a little bit. There's rumors of them going out there and potentially having interest in Tama Tonga, Hikuleo, Jay White from New Japan. If Vince McMahon gets control of WWE Creative, do you really think that these people are going to come into WWE and get booked the way they thought they would get booked by Triple H? Hell no. And Triple H might have control of he might have control right now of creative, but for how long? I already think that the creative is already gone. I do. Last night's Raw show was decent. There's some good moments in that show overall. But creative-wise, you could already tell things are changing. Especially in that women's division. Even under Triple H was still nothing to write home about. But still, you could tell that there are changes coming. And I'm just worried right now, like a lot of wrestling fans, when is Vince going to take over creative? When are more people going to get fired? Talent, producers, executives, etc. Or when are people just going to want to get the hell out of this company? This is a scary time right now for WWE, and we are almost a week and a half away from the Royal Rumble. In fact, things have gotten so bad right now, is that people that were excited for the Royal Rumble and tickets were being sold out, there's now, the tickets have stalled. And now people are actually asking for money to sell their tickets for the Royal Rumble because of Vince McMahon getting back in charge. This is just the beginning, but he's going to get a hell of a lot worse in the WWE. And you know, I've heard from some other content creators out there that have said this too, that have been preaching it. This is bad. And I'm just waiting for a report that's going to say Triple H is no longer head of creative in WWE. Triple H has been relieved of his duties, or even, God forbid, Triple H has been released from the WWE. Now, I do find it true that WWE is not going to do that right now on Vince McMahon because of the backlash that will happen from the fans, the roster, etc. But you know it's happening. And if you have a common sense when it comes to the wrestling business and you can't tell things are changing, you're not paying attention. It is clear as day right now the WWE is changing compared to where it was back in the summer of last year. And Vince McMahon's fingerprints are all over this. The fact of the matter is, he's not coming back to sell the company only. He's coming back to get his control back, and that is a reason why Vince McMahon wants to sell to a group like Saudi Arabia, because he wants them to take the company private so he doesn't have to deal with the shareholders. He doesn't have to deal with these people. He could take the company private again, and then he could do whatever the hell he wants and answer to nobody. Period. Multiple content creators have said that too. They have. Larger ones out there have said that. And I'm reiterating it because it's true. There is no other reason why Vince McMahon would not want to take this company private again, which pretty much to get the full control back and answer to nobody. That is why he is back. He wants full control. He's not just there for a sale. He wants to sell it to somebody that's gullible enough to put Vince McMahon back in charge of everything in the WWE, including creative. This is not good. And you could tell steps are already being taken to things happening. And I'm really just wondering at this point, what talent are not going to be here long term? Because there's a lot of talent that Triple H have brought back that have not really generated any big time excitement since they've returned the company in the past, 3 to 7, 8 months. How long until Vince McMahon gets rid of some of these people? Because he's bored of them. And anybody that thinks that Triple H is going to be still head of creative long term, you're fooling yourself. Vince McMahon can literally wake up one day, call up Triple H, and tell him, you are no longer in charge of creative. I'm taking back control. Just like that, it's over. But we'll get to that another day. Right now, according to Fightful Select, Adam Hopkins, who has been the WWE Vice President of Communications and has had many roles within the WWE, including talent relations, media scrums, media relations, etc., has officially left the company after 25 plus years. And at this point, myself and other WWE fans, and maybe even the talent themselves, are wondering, what's next? Just want to get this report out there real quickly for all you guys out there to hear. I'm sure you probably have read it too, but here's just the down low of everything that this man has done, Adam Hopkins, for the WWE in the past 25 plus years, and just him walking away after this time is very, very coincidental with Vince McMahon coming back. So let me know in the comment section what you guys think about Adam Hopkins, former WWE Vice President of Communications, leaving the company after 25 plus years. Thank you very much, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your Tuesday, and let's see what the WWE is cooking for us for the rest of this week.